fighting and shit.
We don't need
Not
the music.
crack.
You guys, we are back. We had some technical difficulties. I'm gonna get back in this on this page so we can get these chats going again.
They hitting the like button, right? Because
Yeah,
all
but
that chatting, hit the like one time.
yeah, I want to make sure that that we're sounding good. Can you hear it over there, Dennison? Oh, I can do it from here. Let's make sure the sound's good. I'm gonna. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, so what's the word I'm looking for? Where were we?
Do you want to continue with that, or do you want?
Yeah, were we gonna hit
ask
the?
your question.
Oh, we were wrapping up topic or the comments. Do we want to hit the next comment, or will we?
Them comments is gone.
Here.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I know. Fuck.
But
Can you beat women?
you had a question, Key.
I did. So you made a statement. You said that you like to feel
Closer to
needed.
the mic.
Sorry.
You're
You
good.
said that you feel like you prefer to feel needed by a woman.
Men need to be needed. Yes.
Okay, so that's a bold statement. Do you believe that, and I want everyone to have their take on this, really, unless it's just, maybe I'm just retarded. I don't know. I take that back. That's a bad word.
You get us kicked off Twitch.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so
That's
sorry.
what you said, but the take on taking it back.
Do you believe that women need men in phases? And what I mean by that is, like, right now, I don't feel like I need a man.
Me neither. Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because, yes, I'm 31, and yes, I still want 3 more children, so I need a man for that. But I'm at a phase right now where I'm so focused on me that I don't need
Want to
a man right
deal
now.
with it.
If he comes around and he's adding to my life, okay, cool.
Adding.
Here we go. We're going to start building together. But I'm not in a place right now to be like, I need a man by my side. I need a man to do this. I need a man to do this, to do that. But even if they don't have children, I'll say that. If they've gotten to a point where at the age of 31, they feel like they don't need a man, do you think that's acceptable or possible?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, I want your real answer.
Okay. So to break all of that down, men need to be needed. Men and women need each other. Okay. That is what God put us here for. I truly believe that. And to answer your question about not needing one now, then when? Because again, the man that you were talking about that has his shit together before he approaches you, what separates you? Because that man that you're describing
Right.
has options. So you're 31, and you have a child. What separates you from his other options? Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to be an asset to a man. So you do need a man because, like you said, you want those children as well. So you see, that's the thing. I don't think women care to attract the man that they're looking for. All of these check boxes, but women don't give a shit if they're being the woman that he wants.
Ooh.
Do you understand?
Okay.
We don't compete. We don't care. You're either gonna fuck with us or you're not.
Okay, but
This
then
is
you're.
what we bring.
That's fine. Turn your mic towards you, please.
They can't hear me.
That's fine. It sounds good on paper, but then you're going to end up 44 years old.
Me. Everything I
It's
say,
not
you
just
dismiss me
about
all
you.
night.
This is to anybody listening. At the end of the day, as you age and that man that you're describing that you want, he has options. Tell me what you're doing to separate yourself from the other women. You say you don't want to compete, but life is a competition.
No, I don't. Not that I don't want to. I don't.
Okay, you don't compete. So, but with that mindset and that attitude,
It's not attitude. See, this is
not that you have an attitude. See, you're listening with your feelings. I said with that mindset and that attitude. I didn't say you have an attitude.
With that attitude is what you said.
The attitude about how you're going about it, which is I don't compete. That's an attitude.
No, it's not. It's knowing myself and what I require.
All right.
Just like you know what you require or what you need from someone to feel fulfilled. So why is my shit dismissed?
It's not that it's dismissed. You're just you're
you did,
twisting the word that I said. I
No,
did
you're
not
just
say
not used to
you
being
have an
challenged.
attitude. Your attitude towards dating Is that not the
But
thing?
you're not.
You said
You're not used to
that.
being challenged. I'm not arguing with
I'm
you.
not.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I am used to being challenged. That's what this whole thing is about. You're not used to being wrong, and you're wrong right now because what I said was, is your attitude towards dating.
Narcissist.
You can throw around whatever buzzwords you want to.
Listen, you guys listen to his response.
Your attitude towards dating is, I don't compete. You either fuck with me or you don't, and that's gonna end you.
But that's not wrong though, because if you want to sign up, you do. If
Did
you
I say
don't,
wrong?
You want to sign out.
No,
Did
I
I
mean
say
that's
wrong? Did anyone hear me say wrong? So you're hearing shit that I didn't say. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
your attitude towards dating, and I'm giving you what that attitude towards dating is going to leave you ended up with, because she's the one who asked the question, and which was.
So why are you acting on me then?
Because
if
you're
that's the
talking.
person?
You're interrupting. We said one mic
I'm
at a time.
interrupting.
Yes, you jump in.
But you've interrupted the whole night though. Anyone that's had a view, you said can
all right,
you
So
stop?
Troy, to answer my question,
I wrote down. I got a little tidbit on it.
I
too,
said
but
in
go ahead.
phases. Like, is it not saying that it's just like a dead hard no? But do you believe women go through phases where they are working on themselves and they don't need a man?
But you do need a man, because
So you
what's the
still
end
believe
goal?
it?
Yes, because what's the end goal? Do you want to die lonely?
Yeah, but I also want to take a period of working on myself
Sure,
and getting myself better for
Okay.
that said man.
But you mentioned children. So these are things that I've learned this year. I had no idea, and I don't
Okay.
know if a lot of women even know this, because
School
it's
me,
new. It's new information to me. At 30, 90% of a woman's eggs are gone. At
Ah! going to the
35,
doctor tomorrow.
pregnancies become geriatric. Okay?
Okay.
So with geriatric pregnancies, it's harder to bring a baby to term. You end up with things like gestational diabetes.
I had that with my first.
Okay? So those things are more prevalent the older you get.
Right.
Right? And again, the man that you're describing, he has options. And if he wants those 3 children too, he's going to go younger, because it's going
course.
to be easier. So while you're wasting your time working on yourself because of the phase, that man that you need when you're ready may not be there.
So
So
you feel
you-
like women should be ready at all times?
Yeah, you should be ready to, if that's your goal, to have children and a husband. Yes, you should be ready to be a wife.
At all times.
Yeah, because that you never know when that man's coming.
Okay. That's all. I love it. I love it.
What were you gonna say? You said you wrote some
Yeah,
stuff.
can you repeat how you asked it?
So,
Sorry.
Yeah, what the hell?
do you believe
men
that?
in phases?
Yeah. Do you believe that, or do you think it's possible that women can need men in phases, like not an ongoing? I just need a man my whole life.
So my thing on that is, I somewhat agree with Troy saying you should be ready at all times. I agree with that. What I would advise that woman on is, always work towards whatever your career wise. Continue to do that.
Right.
Continue to take care of your business, but be open and be friendly when appropriate. So if a man's trying to talk to you, I mean, if you're not interested in them, everybody has their preferences. So if you're not interested, but you don't have to be rude or anything like that. Just be like, right, absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, there's a way to reject and not be rude. I'm working on my career, and then you don't got to be rude about it, you know. But
course.
what I feel like is, if you are working in your career and you're focused on taking care of yourself, like Troy said, like, you do have to be right all the time, because that man will see you and he's going to pursue you. And as long as you're taking care of your business, like, that's attractive to a lot of men.
Your delivery is different,
and the
though.
right man won't be intimidated, and he'll come at you. And that's how that works out, in my opinion.
Your
So
delivery is
is it?
different though. Like, you deliver the same shit, but like you.
We talk totally different.
that's
So
for sure.
you're
Troy's
listening with your
delivery
feelings
is
and not
always
what I
horrible.
said. At the end of the day, I'm talking facts. It has nothing to do with how you feel about what I said. What if I said the same thing? The way you hear it ain't got nothing to
Which
do
is-
with nothing.
Right, which is why I agree.
timing,
So
right, maybe not
let
really,
me
but okay.
add, like,
You're right, Teddy.
let me interject another little tidbit. So if a woman tells you, "Hey, I'm in a place of healing right now," are you gonna say "fuck
Nicole,
her"?
one mic at a time, please. Please,
If a
just
woman
for good
says,
shows.
if a woman says, "Hey, I'm in a place of healing right now," are you gonna say, "Well, fuck your healing. I'm ready now"?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna?
Well, if she's telling me she's in a healing place right now, so she's not interested in a relationship, well, I'm gonna let her
You
be.
gonna go on to the next?
Yeah, I'm gonna let her be. I'm
You
like,
expect
are you
me to
healing?
wait?
But it's okay for a woman to be healing and still, if she's, because it's
What if
her,
she
it's
said,
her
"Give
body
me
and her
time"?
mind.
No one said that you
Or-
can't heal
and still.
A guy's not gonna wait though.
We're
if you
not
tell
gonna
him,
wait for you.
If you say give
So
me
the-
time, I'll come around. He ain't gonna be around.
So the only reason
go
I
ahead,
ask
Adrian.
that is because I've had times where a man has been like, "Hey, I'm in this phase. Please be patient with me,"
Y'all
and
are
expect
annoying.
the woman to wait.
There's way too many voices.
Can I say something that it's just an analogy that my friend told me years ago, and I think it's applicable.
Mm-hmm.
You like nachos? Everybody likes nachos, right?
Closer to the mic.
What if I was allergic to cheese?
You like well,
I
just,
like nachos.
Just for the sake of argument, you're not. But everybody loves nachos. We all share a bowl of nachos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you pick off like the little ones with no cheese on there? No, you get right in there and you get the chips with the cheese, the best nachos, right? If you're sharing them, right?
Adrian, you're potting today.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's how a man looks at a good woman. You know, I got to get in there before somebody else takes my fucking nacho.
Right. So the only reason I asked that was because I've had men who are really just bullshitting at the end of the day make comments like, "Hey, be patient with me. I still want you around," so on and so forth. But if a woman does that, it's sayonara, bitch.
Okay, you want me to answer that? This is what happened to you. Yeah. See,
This
women.
what happened to you.
Yeah,
Stop making it personal, Troy. Damn.
No, what you just said. You've had
No, I
men
know.
say that.
Go ahead.
No, do not wait for no man on that bullshit. Check this out. Women friend zone men. So you find men that you're not interested in sexually, and you put them in a platonic place, and they become friends, right?
Right.
Men sex only zone women. So
Okay.
you were put in a position where he's like, wait on me, and all this other
Let me
junk.
still get my shit off.
Just one of
Exactly.
those cheeks,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? So that's what he was doing. Men do that, and you don't even know you're there. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's making all these excuses as to why he can't commit, but that's the difference. Women choose who they sleep with. Men choose who they commit to. But because sex is so hard to come by for men, they will do and say whatever it is to keep you on that leash. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Hey, and you'll do it if it's good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they're never gonna take you serious. They knew that.
From the
that.
jump.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There we go. Okay.
All right.
I have something to say.
We'll go for it.
You're right.
Let me hear it, Jess.
It's funny because Troy was that person that like I wasn't looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually wrote a new moon intention, and I was really following this Twitter page that wrote like how to like intentionally attract things into your life.
Right.
And it was kind of vague. It was just like attracting the right relationships that serve me.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I mean, when you say I want to release everything that doesn't serve me, you better get ready for your whole life to fall apart.
Oh God.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
and sometimes we don't realize that we were the one poisoning our own water, and we were the ones attracting the things that were kind of putting that bad taste in our mouth. Like, men ain't shit, they ain't got this, but it's like you're the one drinking the water every weekend, you know. And so I actually wrote that the end of October, and I ended up hanging out with Troy a few weeks later, and then I didn't talk to him for 2 months. I said that I wanted healthy relationships.
I was ready to.
But here's where I was. I wasn't in a place where I needed anybody. I was in a place where I was working on myself. And when you are working on yourself, you're going to attract people who are also working on themselves.
Right.
So yes, I feel like phases, yes, where you don't feel like you need someone, you can still want someone, but like if it's just a place of attachment, like where it's like I need a man right now, then you're gonna go. And I've been there where I felt like I needed companionship.
Yes,
that's
so
typically
bad.
when you're going to.
No, you're right.
You're gonna attract someone who's also in a lack mindset where they need someone, and it's more of an attachment, and it's gonna be a trauma bond. But when you're solid in yourself, so yeah, get solid in yourself. Maybe that's a phase where, but when someone
go
does
through the phase, but be open to
have you
receiving.
heard that story where? Yeah, have you heard that story where they say, you know, I asked God to send me someone. He was drowning in the middle of the ocean.
Yes.
And he said, God, please save me. And then a boat came. He's like, nah, I'm waiting for God.
Yes.
And then a fucking helicopter came, and he's like, no,
I
it's good.
sent you everything.
Yeah, and he's like, I sent you 3 people to come save you, and you said no.
Right.
And so I think that I think someone's always ready for the right thing. I think that a lot of women just need to get out of their own way when it does come to God answering your prayers.
And you just need to be open to receiving.
And it's
going to
look a lot different, because when you write down, I'm releasing everything that doesn't serve me, a lot of the
Snatch all
time
that
that's
shit.
going to be everything that is on your plate right now.
Right.
Can't touch this.
And it's going to be taken away from you. But you have to have faith that what you're asking for is coming to you.
Right.
And so, yeah, Troy came to me, and guess what? You want to know what my checklist was? Someone without kids, not a Scorpio, and not a light skin.
Not a light skin. Hey, how do I know this?
Hey, that's super
Then you met Troy.
That bottle of
Oh shit.
And I'm a
So
Scorpio.
if you guys
met
want to talk
Troy,
about
then you
Oh
checklists,
shit.
So she's like,
Damn, son, where'd
So
you
it's-
find
Yeah,
this?
exactly. The canon.
so
The
here's the
canon.
thing: faith over preferences every
Oh,
single
that's crazy.
time.
Right.
And so I
that's
wanted
crazy.
emotionally unavailable because I wasn't emotionally unavailable.
Right.
Me too.
And so when Troy was sent to me,
was a
which
mirror.
Troy's an attractive person, I knew that he probably had bitches. I'm a Leo rising. I was the one that was like,
Hit it,
I
man.
want to be the center of attention. I don't know if I want to be with someone
Nailed
who
it.
is the center of
You
attention.
didn't let that phase you though. You're like, I know who I am.
So
I know what I want.
I
That's
invite
me.
people, if you have faith in something and you have this checklist or you have these intentionalities of dating, married, poly, single, whatever, you got to get clear with yourself. Because if you're not clear with yourself, you're going to attract people who also aren't clear. And if you're acting like
Nailed
someone
it.
you're not, you sure as fuck are going to act, you're going to attract someone who's acting as well. So
Right.
y'all going to be two
Yeah, I
actors
don't
and then
wanna
move in
act.
together. And then,
I know who I am.
and then what? You know
So
what I
at
mean?
the end of the day, you've all basically given me the same answer that you want you find it acceptable for someone to be healing or going through whatever they're doing to prepare for the better person, but be open to receiving.
Not
Open to
ask if
receiving,
he's
yeah.
ever
see,
cheated.
but check this out. Kind of
We're
what
all
she,
healing,
Ask
too.
if you ever cheated.
me.
I think
I'm in a poly situation.
He
There
can't
ain't no
cheat.
cheating.
Oh, well,
but-
he answered it. Shut the fuck up.
Ask the wrong person.
And they also asked if I had ever hit a woman. No, I've never hit a woman.
Yep, and they did ask that, and
Yeah.
he did it.
No,
So shut
I've
the
never
fuck
put
up.
my hands on a woman. I never will.
Not this group here. This group,
job.
these
But-
fellas here, we all been down for a
No,
long
but
time.
Troy
Stand
answered.
up,
He's
man.
real. He answered.
So
Oh, bye.
what she was explaining was she was going through her shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
she was still open to receive.
Well, yeah, you're talking about waiting. I wasn't waiting. I was moving on, right?
Right.
And then she came back, and it worked. But
It won't
I
always
work.
moved. I moved on
Yep,
it quickly.
that's good.
So she, as we started hanging out more and more, her lease ended up being up where she was staying. She tried to go get an apartment with a friend.
She
and
came
I-
over one night and never left.
No,
No, I
yeah.
straight up told her. If you keep going home, I'm gonna bring other bitches here.
Yeah.
You knew me before she did. You know I got down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if she kept going home,
Honesty, y'all either want honesty or you want someone to tell you
sweet
something
lies
sweet,
to make
whatever.
you feel good.
Because
And I'm gonna
ladies,
give it
y'all
to
know
real.
that you have options
Oh, yeah.
too. I
No,
had
that
12
was with
different
David.
people
Yup.
who did 12
I
different
put my
things.
loofah in my
But guess,
in his shit.
but when you
Hopefully
find
they're
her,
on
Yup,
today.
and toothbrush. Oh, that's great. You're a bachelor. Great. I'm moving the fuck in.
but here's the thing that was different with Troy
Yeah.
is that he was
Oh, God.
action based. Like a couple times after hanging out, he said, "I'm gonna clear you out a drawer," and I had never heard no shit like that. Like I had never heard no shit like action
whole
based.
They got me pregnant.
And here's the thing is
got me
when
pregnant.
people who say
Oh
like
shit.
I'm gonna text you later.
Oh,
Like that's
Trey's
how
that
I
guy.
thought. I was like, oh okay, like I'm gonna like okay,
Right.
I'm gonna clear you out of drawer.
You're like, oh, God,
Yeah,
what is
because
this?
here's what I was
Yeah.
used to. I was used to like someone's potential. Like I was like, oh,
girl.
he'll
What they
become
showing
someone.
you. And
So-
Trey showed that.
So action over everything. So
On God.
I want to say that when this happened, Troy was chubby too. Now he a
Hey,
thick
Trey
man.
was cool chubby. We went to beauty school together. Me and Trey went to beauty school together. On God.
Daddy.
And,
Miss
that, and that's
LaShonda.
another, to
Miss
Jessica's point,
LaShonda and Miss Gloria.
okay, kid check.
Hey,
Let's
Trey.
all
Bruh.
take a minute to be quiet for a second because I got kids.
She's doing a lot
kiddos,
right now.
kiddos sleep, kiddos. So to Jessica's point,
She's doing a lot right now.
to Jessica's point, what she was saying. Damn, I lost my train of thought. What were you saying? Fuck.
My bad.
There was
Doing a
a
lot
The
right
checklist.
She was talking about action and
yeah,
Yeah,
that
we're
part.
talking about
So
Nicole,
advice.
Nicole, one mic at a
Yeah.
time, please.
So the advice to, I mean, she hit it on the head for sure, and that's as a man, given my perspective, is that's great advice right there to a woman because guys will say anything, they be full of shit. They do crazy wild shit. But if you just watch their actions and not get caught up in the lip service,
Oh, yeah,
you
actions
could
speak
really
louder than
navigate a
words.
nigga. Like me and my wife, we did celibacy, and I met her back in 2008, and she was celibate, and I was young. I dated her, like we hung out and we did all that stuff, but I never committed to her, and she knew exactly what it was. And we had that conversation, like, you're not having sex. I'm 22. That don't even sound right. So so I moved on. But then we reconnected, and knowing who she was and how she carried herself,
what you had been through.
Exactly. And at 30 years old, I'm like,
That shit is
I holler at my older
the dime a
sister,
dozen.
is she still single? Yes. And then I get the conversation with her. You still living your life how you? Yes. I want you. And that's
Gotcha, bitch.
and that's what it was. So I really feel like
Yo, Trey's
men we do choose who we marry. That's why you get to do, and he be full of shit because he may not really want you, and sometimes you got to face that.
You're
But
just in the sex only zone.
If a woman, but if a woman is like doing her walk, most guys might not go for it, but stay steady because you get the right one. The dude that's like, I like how she moves. I like her
Oh my
polish.
God.
I
Get
like
the applause,
so
Dustin.
that's the one that.
Thank you.
In
Yep.
my
And
opinion,
that applause
if
is
you're
fun.
looking to get married, that's the one that gets married. That's why if you are working on your career and like I'm not worried about him, that's the right attitude. Keep going because when that guy comes and grabs you,
But don't wait too
it
long.
don't take long for you to find out how much you really like somebody. Me and my wife back in 2008, we hung out like twice, and I was already like, we weren't committed or nothing, but anytime we went out, I was protective as shit. I
Yes.
treated her with as much respect as I could, being that we weren't committed. So, I had whatever was going on, but I never put it in her face, and I tried to like shield her from it, but
you had.
I just feel if a woman is doing her best to just keep her reputation right in all aspects, I think that's how you find that one.
I know Troy wasn't Jessica's type, but were you your wife's type?
Was that my wife? I'll say yeah. I think she was attracted
We
instantly.
can see you.
I was right.
Was he?
I was a knucklehead.
Yes or no? Yeah, yes or no? Was
Right.
he your
Was
type?
that your type off the rip?
She's the main show and what you speak on. I admire that so
So
much.
was he? Did
She
he?
is. That's why
did
I
he
married
mark,
her.
so much.
Did he mark off your checklist
Nope.
before applying that pressure?
I would say in 2008, he marked off the emotional checklist.
Okay.
But no, I wasn't ready.
Yep.
Yep.
He marked off the physical and emotional.
Oh, that was that jail swole.
Ooh, you was in the gym getting fit.
I came home a man. Like things had changed mentally for me.
We all here
You know?
single speaking on shit. You're right.
Also speak your truth and what you want, and as long as standards and boundaries are already nobody's wrong. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
All right. Anyways,
I love that.
thank you, baby. Appreciate you.
Sorry, I just had to.
Oh, you married.
I love getting.
Hey, you married a woman.
Yeah.
You married a whole grown ass smart woman.
I wanted
And
the challenge, and it's not easy.
And the
It's not
challenge.
easy.
Thank
But
you.
the challenge.
You didn't let that phase you. I love that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ted, you know how to get down,
Hey,
pimp.
Teddy loves women. No, Teddy is that I
I fuck
love a
with
woman
Ted.
who's been through
For
shit
sure.
because I've been through shit too. Teddy's a good guy.
Uh-oh, Ted, you see what we
Yeah,
got.
Teddy the man.
No, he is.
Put your number in the chat, Ted. Anyway. No, I'm just like-
I'll mess around and give you another question, Troy. 'Cause
Go
I
for
don't have
it.
any answers.
Go
I don't know
for
how
it.
long
If you
wanna
need some
keep
help,
it.
hey, I'm having a good
I
time.
already
Wait,
know.
wait,
I'm
wait.
looking at the
Let's go
camera.
for let's go
Looking
for,
at the
Do it
camera
again.
like-
Do it again.
let's go for 7 more minutes.
Do it again. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, really, nigga. You think I don't need help? That's not why I asked it.
Oh, my bad.
I have a. It should probably be at the end of the pod, but I know you never put your hands on a woman. But have you ever slapped Jessica in the middle of
Sex?
the act? Yeah.
If I asked.
Yeah, not just,
Jessica, that's
Jessica, you was over here asking.
personal. And that's
Yeah.
that's
No.
weird.
So here's something.
weird.
Here's something that I'm really big with is
That's
consent
weird.
from
I would
everyone.
never
Okay.
ask that.
But it wasn't like an open hand. Like it wasn't
girl,
like
that's
a.
weird.
It was just like,
and like you said, you had your opinion on things. If she likes what she likes, she likes what she
listen.
likes.
It was
I'ma
more
tell
of
you,
a-
I got slapped one day out of nowhere. It was.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
hell
I wouldn't.
no,
No, I
bro.
wouldn't do it.
I've also been with Troy for like 5.5 years, and
More
so
than that,
there's,
six.
yeah, we've been together almost 6 years. Yeah, so it wasn't like off from jump. And you also like, I feel like when you mature with your partner, you guys also explore kinks together. Or like if we have threesomes, I'm a very talkative person. Ask any of the women we've been with. I'm like, are you okay with this? Or like, I'm like, what would you like to be done? And I really want everybody to be like immersive, like in like knowing that this is okay. So if she wants it rough or if she wants like sensual, but for me, sometimes I do want to be like hella dominated because I'm in my dom era. I also could be submissive. Like I'm a switch, so I also want to be like the brat where it's like do what I said
because they want to know. Sometimes.
Yeah. No, yeah, but Troy would never put his hands on me. I know that he comes on here with his opinions and he comes on here like, you know, and he speaks differently, but anywhere you're triggered, you're not free. So the more that you just sit back and you listen.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, and you listen because someone could say something in French and I don't believe French and not be, you know, triggered. But
I don't believe in the
just
French
because
either.
I believe, just because I understand what he's saying doesn't mean that it has anything to do with me. And so the way that he talks, people are like, how does she put up with it? Da da da. She's controlled. And I'm like, do you hear me? But here's the thing. Do you hear me on this podcast? I don't shut the fuck up and I fight for what the fuck I want.
That 'cause he's a man. Like,
and I get every single thing that I ask for. I have emotional support, financial support, spiritual support. And so, yes, this is a podcast and it's fun and everything. But for anybody,
it's very simple.
Yeah,
look
Troy's
around.
just an asshole. See, look, Sir Will says
he is just an asshole. But I'll tell you, off camera, he doesn't just call her babe.
Exactly.
He calls her honey.
Yeah,
Honey.
Right,
This big ass motherfucker calls her honey.
Because he's the Pooh Bear, girl.
no.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Just like on that last podcast when I told her, don't tell me how to do this. If I need to talk to her the way I talk to everybody listening.
I love that you let her be her and speak, but hey, I got it.
Yeah.
Let's circle back. And I admire that.
Because you want a man at the end of the day.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
And that's what I am. You may not like how I deliver my shit, but I don't
but
give a fuck
at the same time, yeah, you're right.
Yes. Some of the clips and stuff that I put on Instagram or social medias or whatever. Yes, there was. How does she put up with him? And this and that. And it's like, bitch, look around. That's how. It's not my fault your man can't do this shit.
Heavy on the look around, bitch.
It's not my fault your man can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? She don't pay for nothing.
It's not only that, though, Troy.
It's not just that.
Oh,
I emotionally got her.
That's what I was going to say.
I
It's deeper
spiritually
than that.
got her.
Right, because I had a motherfucker that took care of shit, but wasn't emotionally in tune. But you are.
But at the end of the day, she's comfortable. And what did we talk about earlier? Security. She is secure.
Yeah.
She don't got to worry about shit.
I have someone who's financially there. But
they look at a 30-second.
You do it
everywhere.
Exactly.
I do it everywhere.
People are looking at it.
I'm not just there emotionally.
Whatever woman
financially.
we bring into this, whatever women we bring into this, they're gonna have the same fucking thing. Okay? But you gotta like her too. You can't just like me.
Absolutely. 100%.
Also, if you like me, please tell me and don't just go through him. Like, speak the fuck up. But,
hey, she said the DMs are open.
But what was that thing you posted, that reel that said, you don't want your man to be a people pleaser because if people can walk all over him and he's just a yes man to you and he don't tell you no. Just like, what's her name? Jill Scott? Is that her name? She said,
yes, it is, Miss Jill.
If you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. You need a man that's gonna put you in your place respectfully. Like, and sometimes it is gonna be like, hey, you need to pipe down right now. Like if you're getting too wild somewhere or something.
I want to shut the fuck up so bad.
Yeah, but you haven't.
I know. I'm like,
No, don't do that.
Because I haven't found the one that made me shut the fuck up.
I'm just
right?
messing with you, girl. But seriously,
it's an insult. I love that, Troy. Call me out.
but
she's getting clipped.
You can't tell me to shut the fuck up. You can't tell me.
No, yeah,
That's
like
what you were saying.
But but at the same time, like how he's saying, like, what is he saying? Silence. That's something that I wanted to touch on. Can I touch on that?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, I have a follow up.
Because the silence, submission, this, that, the next thing, like, and being. Tell me that you don't want to be your man's piece and look me in my face.
No, because
because don't you want to have like him come home and be able to like take his armor off from the world?
I had that
and
shit
be able
and
to
shit on me.
But see, that's one person who's put a bad taste in your mouth.
You're right. Yep. And I
So,
can only
but
speak
you
from
do,
that
but you
perspective.
do
You're
want
right, and
that.
you're lucky to have that.
Right. And so when you get that, because we're speaking as if it's coming to you,
Did.
right?
I had
You
that.
did, but that's the past. Technically, that person is dead.
Oh yeah.
Technically, we're only
not
right
even
now.
right.
So what is gonna come to you is someone who can do that, who's going to make every other experience like it never even happened,
My
right?
problem is I'm selfish.
Yeah, but
I want you for me. That's it.
right, and that's fine. But to have someone to be selfish, you also have to be selfless. And so when they come home
No,
with
I don't
the
want to share
day,
nobody.
no, I'm not talking about sharing. I'm talking about like selfless to give, like be someone's peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I was with the silence part, so I want to speak on that without, because I get distracted. My Gemini's like, we could talk about it. Jessica, shut the fuck up. Okay, so silence. Y'all see that I haven't shut up because I don't. When men talk about silence, they're talking about they can take you places and you're not gonna cause problems and you're not gonna be, like
Embarrass them.
It don't matter, embarrassing.
but at the same time, when they come
I had a
home,
white man
right,
like
unnecessary.
that
But when you come,
embrace all of me.
when a man comes home, or when a man, like, you guys hang out, like, men want to also dive into their divine masculine, not their I
He had
have
a
to be
whole
this
full
man.
cooked meal, everything. It still embarrassed me.
Let her talk, please.
My Venus is in Cancer, so when it does come to cooking a meal and seeing someone nourished by something that I
I'm always gonna be
cooked,
dismissed.
and the silence portion is not them being able to, I can't even like keep my train of thought. Anywho, yeah.
Their divine
Silent submission.
masculinity.
I want it to be clear that like I'm not just sitting here like controlled and I can't say shit, because I do. But and when he comes home, it's not like I just shut up and let him have his feelings and I don't talk about mine, because I've never had somebody hold me in my feelings and see me the way that he sees me when I do have, big emotions, or when I have things that I go through. And he's talking about like, you should be able to come home and feel peaceful. You should be able to like not have to be at war, because you're already at war with yourself so much. So if I would rather be alone than be with you, then be alone. But like if I can be with you and it be just as peaceful as being alone, that's when you're with the right person. And so the silence part, I want people to get it. I want you to not get it twisted from my fucking mouth, that I am not fucking silent, and it means something totally different. And so if women want to get on that, and even women that are like, oh, she's being controlled and she can't say shit. Yes, the fuck I can.
Who said
No,
that?
there's just comments. And so I'm
okay.
just saying, like, from
like, who said that?
from the horse's
Okay.
mouth, hello.
Because
Like,
they wish they could have a nigga like Troy and a life like yours. Y'all have an agreement, and that's y'all thing.
and everybody
fuck
has,
them.
agreements.
Fuck people. If you're not in it,
But-
and if you're not part of it, fuck what you're talking about.
Right, and respectfully, I love everybody. Everybody can have their opinion. I just wanted to touch on that part, because when he does say sex, submission, silence,
And sandwiches.
It's not
So
from a
let me
bad
elaborate on the
place.
silence part. Like
Yeah,
what
'cause-
Jessica is saying is there's a time and a place for everything. But when it comes to, and this is something that happened to me the other night, I was overhearing a conversation between two men. That's between them. That's the conversation they're having.
oh, that's
the-
grown men shit.
That's the debate with them. My
Yeah.
response when they said, Key, what do you think? I said, when grown men are talking,
Yeah.
I'm tuned out. That's silence. But that's also courtesy.
Yeah.
That's also staying in my fucking lane.
Because if we're talking shit with like bitches, it's not gonna be like, oh girl,
Shut the
guess what?
fuck up.
I fucking heard. Like
Exactly.
a man's not
You
gonna
didn't
be
know,
like,
I've
exactly.
had
He's not
men,
gonna
even
be-
when I'm at Oasis at Scottsdale, I'm having a conversation with my girl. A man will step in and I'll be like, you're wrong, right? Why am I wrong?
So
Tell
he's
me
a
why.
boy?
No, a man. He'll be
He
like,
shouldn't be stepping into women.
no, but that's the same thing. You let a man be himself, but
and
they'll step in.
Yeah, but
and they'll
don't
say,
let
you're wrong, right? And I say, how am I wrong? How?
Don't
What
mind,
did you hear?
don't mind that. If you don't know that man, tell him.
Thank you, Troy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what Troy means by silence.
Yeah.
It also means, hey, you know what? I came home from a long day. Give me 5 minutes of silence. That's normal. Because
I'm
guess what?
done.
When we walk through the door, we don't want you all up in our shit talking about fuck, I did X, Y, and Z, da 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 da, yada 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 yada. Bro, my dog got hit by a car today. Like,
For real?
no.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like, you got to fill out the situation. You got to give people their time to decompress at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So silence can be taken so many ways, but when it comes to just
when
shutting
it
up and
comes
letting
from my mouth, it sounds like I'm
y'all are
telling her to
listening
shut
to
the
a
fuck
You're
up.
right. I
15
agree
second.
with you, and you stood up for what I was saying. So thank you.
Y'all are listening to a 15-second, 30-second clip.
Silence.
She's silence in that moment because it's a fucking
Silence
podcast.
means-
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
This guy, I'm done with you.
Read the room.
Regardless, there's many things. There's many definitions of silence, but he's not saying he wants his bitch to just shut up and let me just control X, Y, and Z, because this girl, that bitch, is not just a hashtag. It's not just a brand. It's not anything. She's still that bitch at the end of the day, and he empowers her to be that bitch. So
I love this cosign right now.
You hold her early.
that's
Mic
because I saw
drop.
it firsthand. Fuck out of here.
You hold her
I
early.
love the cosign. Appreciate you.
What the hell are
Going
you
on,
doing?
Troy?
Men love the
Putting you-
peace.
Putting you in the chat because they own you. And I got like how she thinks.
She was
I'm trying
hurt
to-
earlier.
Oh,
Y'all heard it.
oh, there's a yeah. I was gonna say there's underscore. No,
I gotta
but we
fix
good. I'm glad I asked some very thought-provoking questions, because shit, didn't think it was gonna go that way.
Good questions.
Scorpios
right.
nights.
It is 11 o'clock. It
heard
is
it.
time to
Damn,
shut this
she
down.
heard
Denison,
it.
put it all
Hold
on
her
us so we
earlier.
can say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Put it on all on us. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, director. There we go. We had a great show.
We love
There's
you,
going to be a
Denison.
lot of clips, mostly of Nicole being obnoxious.
And, yep, and true to herself. And people were hoed on the episode. You can see it.
Yeah.
Because she was hoed earlier.
She's lucky I didn't tell her to get the fuck out of my house.
It don't matter. Hi. And I would gladly get out because he cuts JC's hair.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Appreciate the views.
Troy,
Next
thank you
week.
for having me.
Of course.
Thank you for
Appreciate the
having me,
likes.
Cole.
Love all of you.
Love you, baby.
Bye, you guys. Go ahead and end it, Denison.